The reduction in inflectional morphology. Modern English nouns have two forms, not more than two. But has the story been so even in its first stage of language development? In Old English, there was a contrast of case. I mean, the noun in singular noun in a certain case and a plural noun in a certain case. For example, a singular noun as a subject and a singular noun as an object have different inflections, right? Like that found in modern English personal pronouns, as we have personal pronoun I in nominative case and me in objective case, or similarly in accusative cases. Old English nouns could distinguish also a genitive case, a possessive case, and a dative case. Dative case whose meanings included that of modern too. In Mary gave the book to John. So here the word John is in dative case. Mary is in the nominative case or the subjective case. Book is in the accusative case or the objective case. Direct object, it is the direct object, and to John is the dative case, it's the indirect object. So the nominative case used to be the subject, the accusative case used to be the direct object, and dative case used to be the objective case. Though the grammar plays the same rule even now. These two numbers and 4 cases yielded a pattern of 8 grammatical words for each noun lexeme. Let's look at these 8 lexemes. So you can see that we have 8 forms of the noun in different cases, in singular form and in plural form. There are nominative, singular nominative, accusative, genitive, and dative, and similarly plural nominative, accusative, genitive, and dative nouns. So they are different cases. There are 8 cases of noun. So they are different cases, but some of the words are the same. Some of the forms are the same. So neither name nor stone had 8 distinct word forms, one for each grammatical word. Instead, they display different patterns of syncretism. They are fused. All Old English nouns had more than 2 forms that are available in modern English. This is one of the reasons that why English is easily learned than other languages. If nouns distinguished 4 cases in Old English, it is reasonable to guess that pronouns should have done so too, and that guess is correct. Obviously, we even at present know pronouns. They are more of cases than simple nouns. Pronouns had 5 cases, including an instrumental. So there was one case for instruments that was used. For example, you say I cut something with a knife. So there was a case with knife, which was the instrument. Adjectives and determiners had same forms. So if the noun was in accusative case, the adjective has to be an accusative case. If the noun was in dative case, the adjective to that noun has to be in the dative case. So there were affixes which were attached to the adjectives to show that they are in a certain case that conforms to the noun, and similarly the determiners too agree with the noun they determine, right? As the adjectives used to agree with the noun they modify. Old English verbs display a similar inflectional luxuriance. They were of many forms. If you can think of Arabic language, which has 14 forms. Most modern English verbs have 4 distinct forms: perform, performs, performed, and performing. Some have 5. For example, speaks, spoke, spoke, and spoken, and speaking. So if we look at different forms in the past, we find that there used to be more forms of the verb in the past, especially in different moods. Indicative moods, which comprised of sentences, they were statement or interrogative sentence and imperative sentence. And subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood is a special type of sentences which we say that these sentences give meaning which is contrary to the fact. For example, in which we only use plural form. If he were here, so we have used were with here. So this is a subjunctive mood. You may read this mood in detail in any book of grammar. So you can see that in singular and in plural, they had three different forms. Now we don't have three different forms. For example, in plural, second person plural, we have the same form. So you can look at that how first person, I help, I, and subjunctive, I help. Second person, you helpest and help. And third person, you help and you help. Similarly, you can find them used as plural. So there were more forms. They are the present, and then we have past forms. For example, past indicative, we have different form for singular and different form for plural. So there were many forms of verb, right? But if you look at the present scene of English verbs, you can, I must say, you can be thankful to God for learning few forms, right? Because we have to learn forms, and which is difficult. Besides the imperative forms help that in the past in Old English, or the verbal adjective helpants, which just like other adjectives in Old English had forms that distinguish three genders, masculine, feminine and neutral gender, two numbers and four cases. So you can look at the rich inflections of English language, which is reduced to a very minimum in the present day English. Why did English lose this wealth of inflection? This is one of the questions. So the temporary eclipse of English by French as the language of culture and administration after 1016. So this was because of French language influence, the influence of the French people who exerted their pressure or influence on English language, and the rich inflectional the categories of English language reduced to very few categories. Partly also it is due to dialect mixture. Different people using different dialects came into working place or some other place, and they started using language, and this is how they minimize the use of inflections. The example of Old English given here come from dominant dialect of Britain literature, that of southwestern England. So the example that of verbs form and cases form given here have come from this dialect of English. But this was not the dialect of London, which became increasingly influential during the so-called Middle English period, 1150 to 1500, and established itself as the main variety used in printing after the invention of the printing machine. The dialect of the London became the main dialect of English language or Standard English. Now, English inflectional morphology was already by 16 almost the same as in 2000. So if we look at the literature of this period, we find that there is not much difference between the language of that period and of present periods, so that modern readers of Shakespeare's encounter only a few obsolete inflected forms such as helpest and he helped, that preserve two English suffixes. So the only two suffixes that still we can see different in Old and in English of the 16th century and English of the 2000 is these two suffixes. So this is how English has reduced its inflections over the passage of time, and mostly under the influence of French language.